interview with Phillip. We're learning all about jiu-jitsu and what it takes to do it.
Yeah, and so we were talking about the diet and kind of
Yes.
what I do, and you know, I do the intermittent fasting, and yeah, I don't really cut water as far as out of my diet. I try to drink as much water as possible all the way up until the date that I weigh in.
Right.
And what I try to do when I'm, you know, so sometimes I'll lose 20 pounds before a match, and the most I've lost is 27 pounds.
Wow.
That was a really, really tough cut.
Do you rebound after? Because in bodybuilding, it's really bad, and then like, you have to really watch yourself after.
Yeah, so I made a mistake on that one.
Okay.
And you know, this was when I could weigh in the day before. I did that, and I just, you know, put whatever in my system, didn't put the proper nutrients in there, and I was cramping horribly the next day. In fact, I was cramping so bad that my abdominal wall was seizing. I was like cramping, and I had some messed up ribs, and they were
Can you compete
destroying me.
with broken ribs?
Mhm.
That's I think around the time I met you, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you were like, yeah, I broke these ribs, I'm gonna go out. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think they popped from the cartilage is what it was, which is still just as bad.
I think that's what you said. You're like, oh yeah, it's just popping. I'm fine. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
You got
yeah.
those killer cramps that we get in bodybuilding where it seizes. I mean,
Yes.
it will tear a muscle up.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
It will seize so hard that you literally, you think you're dying.
Yeah, I mean, I had this tournament. I had Charlie horses so bad, and you know, my abdominals were cramping. I could barely move, and you know, once I started getting going, I was a little better. But I remember being in the middle of the match, and my double Charlie horse, one on each leg, and if you yell out, if you go like that, it's match is over. They're like, oh, you're verbally submitted. You've quit.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Wow.
So I'm sitting there gritting my teeth and just, you know, and
Holy crap.
I wound up winning that tournament, that division, and it was, I mean, by nothing. I fought this guy for the whole match. We were tied. It was, I think we had both 0 points each, and then we had to go into overtime. And it was whoever scored the first point.
Oh my God.
With cramps.
Yes.
I mean, not even normal cramps.
So do you find that you do better with higher carb or higher fat? Because you've been doing it for a long time, and it's high explosive that your conditioning's at. But you go to these matches and they have, you know, like the smoothies everywhere, like all this, you know, high carb stuff. So what do you think works better?
Yeah. So when I lose the weight, let's say if I have to get down to 170 pounds, I try to get down to 168. And that allows me to eat, you know, a little bit higher fat, but I'll put some sugars in my system and things like that. And I try to eat more.
Like day of?
Day of, yeah. Day of. This way, you know, I'm not, you know, going through this whole, you know, my body's cramped, or I'm just barely making weight, and then I've got to replenish so quickly that my body doesn't have time to really recover. Right. So I try to get down lower and feel comfortable being at a lower weight, and then I'm able to eat and drink before I even weigh in.
Yeah. So, but day of tournament, are you more carbs? Or are you more?
I'm more high fat. Yeah.
High fat?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Higher fat. Yeah.
Yeah, James.
And I do a little bit of carbs, but
James, the last time we tried it, kind of like what I do with bodybuilding, and it was like dry carbs with no water, and then he weighed in, and then he had his water, and he just kind of like, you know, absorbed it all.
Yeah.
But he's also, you know.
But that would make sense with fats because the fats will stay in your system.
I think that's smarter.
Yeah, and you know, I may be doing it wrong. I don't know. I'm still trying to dial it in.
You've been doing it for so long that I think your body's probably more efficient.
Yeah, and you know, after as many years I've done jiu-jitsu, my stomach's growling now. I'm thinking I'm talking about food. I think that I've really kind of dialed it in a little bit better now this past couple of years.
I bought something for you.
No, I've already done this. There's no chance I'm doing that again.
He's not really going to do this. I brought this just to flashback some bad memories.
Yes, that was no fun. That would help you diet for sure. Because you can't
leave it to her.
You can't keep it down.
Yeah. So what is your weirdest food combo that you enjoy?
Something I haven't had in a really long time. So in my college age years,
I
was poor.
Please don't tell me like ranch on eggs or something.
Yes, no. It sounds great. I remember I had nothing to eat. I think I had a couple pounds of meat and like a can of corn.
That typical college guy's diet.
Yeah.
Like the tube of meat, you know.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a tube of meat.
Yes.
I
know.
I'm really embarrassed when she did that.
I'm doing this. Sorry.
Okay, tube of meat.
Yes. Ground beef.
Ground beef. Yeah. Not sausage. Ground beef.
I can't complain though because I've had to eat tuna fish in a Ziploc bag. You just cut the bottom so you can squeeze it in your mouth.
Disgusting.
Yeah, so it's worse than a tube. It's like a tube of meat,
oh.
right? But you can't. You don't want to use your hands or utensils.
Okay, so what'd you do?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, you did.
Use
Yes.
your
So
tube of meat.
yes, with my tube, I put my tube meat on the pan.
We've got so many sound bites. We have so many sound
Yeah.
bites. Caption is now set. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So brown the meat. Put a can of corn in there. I had a can of or a jar of spaghetti sauce. Poured that in there, and then I think it was a bag with like 2 cups of Colby Jack cheese. Put that in there.
Cheese makes everything better.
Put it in a tortilla. It looks disgusting. It looks like vomit, diarrhea.
But that's the stuff that tastes the best.
It was amazing. It was so good, and my friends would have me make it for them. And
nice.
Yeah.
So you had like a junkyard platter.
I'm sorry.
Do you have a name for it?
Yeah, they call it Italian tacos, my friends.
Ah, so, Italian tacos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It looks gross.
Would you keep like the liquid from the corn?
No.
Okay. Oh, that's
yeah, and not sweet corn, just regular whole corn.
Okay.
Sweet corn kind of changed the whole taste of it.
Yeah. So you gotta get fancy with it.
Yeah. That's all I had. I think I had nothing else in the fridge. I think I had some expired meat, some expired steak or something, and then that was it.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Worst first experience.
Worst
can be anything.
first.
Yeah, it can be anything.
Yeah, it can be anything.
Well, give me an example of a worst first.
Oh, my worst first was sexual. Her worst first was
the talk like a food truck.
Food.
Yeah, and raw oysters for the first time. James swore to me if the month ended in something, it was safe to eat, and it was not.
And she believed him.
Yeah.
But I can't complain because mine ended up
she was told that if she didn't have an orgasm, she couldn't get pregnant.
By my best friend's mom, an actual
true,
adult. No, well, no, because my oldest son is testament.
Like that was not fun.
That was my
Here you
worst
are.
first. It was, so yeah, it wasn't the guy; it was the actual.
Yeah.
So your worst first.
I could,
it could be anything.
This is easy. So because you challenged me to the 1 chip challenge, I don't eat a lot of spicy food. I mean,
I can't
rarely.
believe you did
rarely.
that.
That's not even food.
Yeah, this thing is intense.
Yeah.
That'll still be here if we have a nuclear bomb. That will still be here.
It's
with the
one
roaches.
chip, and literally the fumes.
They kill the roaches.
The fumes are horrible.
Yeah, it's so bad.
So what made you decide to even take her with the way her brain
Well,
works
actually, my
anything?
husband challenged him.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
And then I bought it, and I was like, hey, here you go.
she called me out on it, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it was like a week later. I was like, oh, I found him.
yeah, yes.
You're like, great.
Yeah. Yes, I don't eat spicy food. I mean, I like it here and there, but I've liked it a little bit more this past year. I was like, I'll just do it.
Yeah.
And that was the worst experience of doing that is not the first 5 minutes that you eat this thing. It's afterward. Your stomach starts cramping up.
Did you experience the ring of fire?
That was like 24 hours later. Yeah,
Were you thanking her profusely as you were experiencing the ring of? Thanks, Leslie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Leslie. Thanks, James.
Yeah. Don't ever do that, guys. Don't let Leslie antagonize you.
She has a warped brain. You heard about what she did with James and the chocolate pudding, right?
No. What did you do?
Oh, I did to my. Well, it was James.
It was James because you videoed it. she filmed it in the bathroom.
I didn't start it. Okay. I took chocolate pudding and I put it on his finger. I said, "Oh, I need some toilet paper," and I put it on his finger.
No. She's not even describing it good. She had the timer's on my thing. You can see how much time.
You got
9 minutes.
Yeah, 9 minutes.
So she props the camera up by the mirror and it's facing the bathroom door. So she's on this side of the bathroom door, and she of course asks, somebody give me some toilet paper, right?
Yeah.
And she has the door cracked. So we're seeing everything on this on camera. And so of course James, being sweet husband, he comes to bring it. And so she's like, give it to me through the door. And as soon as he reaches through the door, she touched it, and it's chocolate pudding. Yeah. And so he's like, oh.
It was bad. I did the same thing with, I took a mayonnaise jar and I put vanilla pudding in there. And I told him, I was like, oh, my coach told me to, gain some weight. And I started eating it. And he was like, ugh. He was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, it's so good. And I have friends that literally still think I ate
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
Yeah.
What's really fun to do with mayonnaise is put it in Oreo cookies and
Oh,
and then close it back
that's
and
so
hand
good. See, I would do that to my brothers for torturing me. That's a good one. Yes.
Yeah. Well, see, my daughter, Olive, she was like, I love mayonnaise. She was like, I do it. I'm like, ew.
Olive would do anything.
When I was younger, one of the snacks that a friend of the family who would give me was corn tortillas with mayonnaise on it. He'd roll it up and put it in the microwave.
See, that would
That's
be
like,
good.
that's like street corn. They do like the.
Yeah, I love street corn. Love it,
That's
love
nice.
it, love it.
Do you have siblings?
No, only child. I have an adopted brother.
Did he torture you?
No, he's younger than me. No, he's way younger.
She was tortured.
I was tortured. I have 7 brothers.
Yeah, holy shit.
I was the only girl.
Yeah.
And I was really bad. But I had 7 brothers. I was supposed to be, and they were just torturing me. And you had a sibling that ran over you.
Yeah, she did a lot of things to me. She ran over
He's
the
kind of
dog
like, well, maybe I'm glad I didn't have a sibling. For some reason, siblings just seem to think that they can torture you endlessly, and there's no traumatic after effects.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So, because you did jujitsu, did you want your son to do the same thing, or did he ask to do it?
Yeah, gosh, it was really tough getting my little boy to train jiu-jitsu.
He's actually really good.
Yeah, he's gotten
tough.
really good. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's a big baby, cries all the time. And I've tried for years to get him to train when I had my my own brick and mortar location, and he would walk out to the class and do class for a few minutes and then cry.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah. And this past year, he's really gotten into it. I guess it was about a year and a half ago. He wanted to compete. He found out you could win a sword if you get first
swords
place.
are cool.
Yeah.
It's like a real samurai sword.
Yeah.
Did he win?
So yes, he did actually. I thought this would be
parent's worst nightmare.
Have a sword in the house.
Yeah. I thought it'd be a good example for him to learn that if he didn't try hard, he wouldn't achieve, because he didn't train, and he found out you can win the sword. I'm like, okay, well, you got to train for this next week and a half, and then I'll let you compete. And he was like, okay, Dad, I promise. And so he trained really hard, best he could for about 10 days, and I was like, okay, he's going to go in there, he's going to lose, he'll learn, hey, I didn't train hard enough, and then he wound up beating everyone in the whole tournament.
I was
He
excited.
did 2 divisions, got double
Where's
gold.
that sword now?
I threw it away.
Oh.
No, he hasn't. He still has it.
He hasn't tried to take it out?
No, he's definitely done that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they zip tied them.
Oh, that's good.
They used to not. They used to let them take their swords, and the kids would pull them out. And,
That would not be good.
That is
That
good.
would not be good. No.
so, I think it's pretty funny that they tell the kid, yeah, you can beat everyone up now. We're going to give you a sword.
Yeah.
That's a great prize.
Yeah.
That's a great. See, they usually just have trophies or the little ribbons. Now it's an actual weapon
Yeah.
Right.
that you're not supposed to play with.
Now you can learn how to stab someone.
Right?
Yeah, I remember Olive was very upset she did not get one. That was her first time to get choked out, and she was like, she was not okay with that.
Yeah.
Does she want to get up and kick somebody's butt?
She was pretty upset.
I can see Olive doing that.
All she cared about was the damn sword. And one of the bodybuilding shows, you could win a sword.
Oh, yeah,
She was like, you gotta win a sword. I'm like, I'm just happy to be up here.
I'm just trying to remember what I'm supposed to do.
Well, Olive's getting really good now. She's
Yeah.
really, really coming
You have
around.
so many kids now, that are doing the class. It's so awesome to see that.
Yeah.
How many kids now do you think you have in class?
We have about 20 that are enrolled right now, which is, we're a small location, so that's plenty.
That's a lot.
And they
How
all
do you deal with
listen.
that many temperaments?
Yeah, I'm good with kids.
Oh, you'd have to be for
I'm good
20
with
kids.
Yeah. They're not all there at the same time, but we got
We
about a minute.
got one more minute.
Yeah, we may have started it later than this one too. So
We're gonna
That's
do
true.
it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna stay in that limit.
I know. So how long have you had this location?
I've been here for a little bit over a year, and so that's during the pandemic, obviously.
It's refreshing to see that your business is actually growing when most are not.
Yeah. I think we're just lucky because of our location and how comfortable everyone is out here. Not everyone, but everyone's trying to stay as cautious as possible, but they're just a little bit more comfortable in this area, I think.
Right.
Do you find word of mouth brings more people in?
Yes and no. Yeah, I think it's 50-50, honestly. I think the students I get from word of mouth are a little bit more consistent. They retain better. But with good marketing, you can get a lot of students.
I find find that most of my client base now is word of mouth because they're comfortable. Like if I come over, they don't have to worry about masks and all that thing if they don't want to. They're more comfortable,
Right.
which is really weird because you go to a commercial gym and they won't let you step 2 feet in without a mask. But somebody will want me to come to their house to train them. No mask. Don't worry about it. Just don't lick me. You're all good.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if it's the same.
Yeah, I always tell everyone like, hey, it's optional if you want to wear a mask and gloves,
Mm-hmm.
okay? But you can see the other students are not. So just so you know, I want you to be comfortable because they're not.
I always find that the people will come to you as soon as like the people who aren't concerned so much about it because they feel they're safe. You'll get more people coming to you because I'll tell you.
We're gonna pause it right here. We're gonna go to part